Check 1 2.
Check 1 2.
All right. Now let's try the music. Will it work? Okay. A little bit of music tonight. I think we're just gonna go ahead and get started. I don't know why. Let me at least set this for gaming. Socials are acting fucked up tonight. Probably something to do with something to do with Edge or whatever. I don't fucking know. So you know what? Fuck it. It's not like anyone watches this shit from. Wow, is this not on the fucking? Oh, this is not on the list. I don't think. Uh oh. There it is, Children Man. Something's fucking up, so we're not gonna worry about the socials tonight. So we're going to get started. Tonight, we're supposed to play Children of Mana. And I need to kind of explain a little bit before I really get into this and pick apart what it is. All right. So I've got a little PowerPoint put together for you tonight, a little presentation. That's probably going to condemn the stream. So here's the big old disclaimer: stream may not work tonight. Things may or may not work. All right, I don't know. The stream could go down because I've got my photo app on, and it doesn't like it when I switch apps. It may go down because VLC is playing a song on loop in the back. It may not like the DS emulator. We just don't know. We don't know if it's going to work tonight. All right. So this could be a one-off. This could be another series. We'll just see. We'll see what happens. Okay. All right. So Children of Mana. This is going to kind of take a broader look at the Mana series as a whole, and what was going on at the time. So we're kind of covering about 8 years or so. Well, math. Like about 16 years, give or take. Right? We've got the first era of the Mana series. So Final Fantasy Adventure, Secrets, Trials of Mana, and Legends, right? The big four ones. That was when everyone was still neat and tidy. The whole team was there. And they were all making the games, right? After Legends of Mana, something happened, and the team that had made Secret, Trials, and Legends split, right? Part of the team went off to make Brownie Brown in 2000. Brownie Brown were the ones who made Sword of Mana, all right? Now, after 2003, there was a 3-year pause on the Mana series. Nothing came out for a while, all right? It picked back up with what was called the World of Mana series, and that was 4 more games. It was Children, Dawn, which was Second Dedetsu 4 or whatever, Heroes, and Friends of Mana. All right. So we have this kind of lull where Square didn't do anything, and then they brought in Next Entertainment to help with one of those. And they did this kind of like this revamping, reimagining, revitalization of the Mana series, something to that effect, right? And here's our kind of players on this whole little story I'm telling. I completely forgot to post this, and I'm going to post it somewhere, somehow, at some point. My man K-Bash. We're not going to really talk about the games that much because he's done such a great job with that already. All right, if you want to go and watch some wonderful synopsis of these games, go find his stuff. I'll put a link somewhere, but he's covered all of them. All right, he's good. All right, he's said basically everything I would say, and then I'm just going to cover the things I didn't think he got to, all right, which is more technical kind of production stuff. All right, so we've got Koichi Ishii, who's the creator of the series. We've got Shinichi Kamako and Koji Suda, who are also creators. And then we've got Hiromichi Tanaka, and you may know him a little bit more. He's a very big Square guy. I think he was one of the executives for a long time. He's worked on a ton of games, and I believe he's still at Square to this day. If you're wondering why there's no photos of these guys, I was having a real hard time getting photographs. So I just decided to use the Spirit Sprites because I like them. And I feel like that's a good representative, and they'd dig that, you know. So these are the four kind of players in the story, and this is where I really want to tell what was happening, right? Because we talked about that split in 2000, right? So I'm gonna fuck these names. I'm gonna be flipping back and forth because these names immediately lost me. So something happened with Legend. It was not the highest received game in the Mana series. It was confusing. It was not linear. It was not simple. It was very complex. And it was really hard to sink your teeth into if you didn't give it enough time. So I feel like that kind of really split the community, right? Let me get these names. Shinichi Kamako and Koji Suda both left Square in 2000 to make Brownie Brown. All right, and then they did Children of Mana. They were the ones working on that one. Koichi Ishii and Hiromichi Tanaka stayed at Square. And in 2006, Koichi Ishii was heading the World of Mana series. After the World of Mana series ended, he actually left as well and started Grezzo in 2007. And past 2007, Hiromichi Tanaka is still at Square to this day. So that's where these guys have all gone off to. You can kind of see this like fracturing with every generation of Mana. And if you're wondering what happened past 2007, we had a long chunk of just remasters and remakes and ports. That was basically it. It was good and bad for, well, I won't say bad. I don't know. From my perspective, they remade a lot of things that I felt like didn't really need remaking. Like they remade Final Fantasy Adventure for the third time. But we did finally get a port, an English localization proper of Trials of Mana, so that was good. Then again, there's been a localization since 1999. If you really go look and find that, we've been able to play it all this time. So, that's the one I'm going to be playing eventually. I'm not going to go waste money on the rest. But it was a big chunk of just remaking, rehashing, digging up what was old is new. An interesting thing, though, whoops, that's not what I want. Most of those things that are being remade come from the original 91-99 era, not the 2006-2007 era. We're not at the point where those have hit like a nostalgic point. We're not really there yet. We still got like what, a year or two before those are 20 years old. So we'll start seeing some more resurgence of that, I'm sure, at some point. But these are mostly the original games. Like a lot of companies, a lot of companies, developers, franchises are focusing on their original early stuff, like Pokemon, Gundam, Star Trek, all that shit, They focus on the early stuff because that's stuff that people are nostalgic to. So let's look at what this World of Mana series was. This was the revitalization, the reimagining, this kind of reconceptualization of the Mana series in the mid-2000s. And it's a bit weird. Okay, so first we have Dawn of Mana. This was the main line game, right? This was the PS2 game. Missed by a lot of people, me included. I had no idea this existed at the time. All right. And the highest praise I've heard K-Bash give it was kind of like Kingdom Hearts, but basically it was on the Havoc engine. It was a third-person adventure game And the main kind of draw to it was that you could whack things and knock things around the map and like hit objects, right? Apparently Koichi Ishii had seen Half-Life 2 and was so enamored with it, he wanted to build this on that engine, which is, the HL2XE meme down there. I think it's a decent game, but it was pretty well panned at the time. It was, oh shit, this was about middle to late PS2 era at this point, I think. And these kind of games were a dime a dozen, So I'm pretty sure it got lost in the wash of everything else going on. I would like to play it one day. I just don't have a way of emulating PS2 right now. Then we've got Children Man, which is what we're hopefully going to play tonight. This was made by Nex Entertainment, so this is not Brownie Brown. This is not Square Enix. Nex came in and did this one. We'll get into a little bit more. Well, we'll talk about it. All right, we're going to talk about play. Don't worry if it seems a little shorthanded here. I will say, out of all of the games, until very recently, and even if you're not counting remakes, this is the last original Mana-esque game where you're top-down perspective running around a map, a little sprite-based combat, that kind of thing. This is the last one. Friends of Mana was a mobile something, I'm not really sure what, because it is dead, as far as I can tell. There are some phone people, wizardry, who have been emulating phone stuff recently. There might be ports, there might be ROMs, there might be whatevers of this out there, I don't know. All I know is that this was a pay-per-month service game. I think it was online with friends, like a social game. It was only Japan, and the servers were shut off in 2011. So, as far as I know, we can probably call this one toast, as far as we're concerned, okay? From what I saw, the screenshots, the few things that are out there, it looks like a lot of the assets were just from Sword and Children, so it's kind of probably one in that vein. And finally, we have Heroes of Mana, which is the last Mana game that Brownie Brown worked on. This is the handheld RTS no one asked for. I don't know who thought this was a good idea. I was gonna make this I completely forgot about this. Let me talk a little bit. I got this thing whipped together in like an hour before this stream, and I'm actually super proud I was able to start a little bit on time. Not really on time, but like, I wasn't an hour late, But I forgot a few things. If you've seen Final Fantasy Revenant Wings, it looks almost identical to this game. And it may be okay, it may be good, but the problem is it's a fucking RTS on the DS. Like, it's a real-time strategy game on a series, on a handheld, that had no business doing that kind of thing. And you know me, I played Mech Platoon as a kid. I played Revenant Wings as a kid. I played handheld RTSs, and I can tell you, it does not work as well as you think it would. Alright, even with that little touch screen. So we've got a weird Kingdom Hearts Havoc game. We've got a dungeon crawling DS game. We've got a mobile phone game that's dead, and we've got an RTS. This seems a bit out there, right? We're a bit scatterbrained with this concept. And you might be wondering why that is. Like, is there some kind of act of desperation? Is this shovelware? Kind of. Alright? This kind of falls into what was happening with Square Enix at the time. It was the polymorphic content approach, where they were going to have as many things in as many different types, in as many different forms as possible to appeal to as many different people as possible. And it kind of ended up being a bit mixed, Dirge of Cerberus, Final Fantasy VII. Fuck, what was that goddamn movie? There was that fucking 3D movie. There was an anime. There was Before Crisis. There was Final Fantasy VII snowboarding. They did this with a lot of things. And generally what we saw is this company that was known for doing really good action games like Armored Core, like, was it Armored Core? Or was that FromSoft? I might be mixing my things up. Anyway, Square did a lot of good series, right? They did a lot of good action series, a lot of good RPGs. And now they're doing whatever the fuck, hoping it's going to stick, right? Like I said, Final Fantasy Revenant Wings was from this era. And you can kind of see from 2003 to 2006 this kind of sloping of the content quality, all right? Eventually, I'm going to play Final Fantasy Tactics Advance for you, and then we're going to play A2, and we're going to talk about the differences between those two games and the drop in quality between those two games. All right, because it's kind of significant, and it's not in a good way. So understand now, the Mana series was not supposed to be in this approach, right? But as you can see, it kind of was, right? And it wasn't well received. None of these are really known for anything. None of these stand out. None of these are talked about today, really. You don't hear anyone bringing up Children of Man. No one talks about Heroes. No one talks about Dawn. No one talks about Friends. Just kind of forgotten. And this is probably why Koichi Ishii left, right? They took the vision, they took his creation, and made this thing out of it, and it was not what he made anymore. So I can kind of sympathize that was his reasons for leaving Square in 2007. Speaking of which, let's talk about what happened after Mana, right? Because we only just got Visions last year, and Mana has kind of been on the back burner for a very, very long time. Let's talk about Brownie Brown, or as we know them today, 1UP Studio. Their very first game, before they even made Sword of Mana, they made Magical Vacation, which is a game that I've talked about before. It was a game I was extremely excited for. I had a magazine preview. I could probably go back and find that at some point. Talking about it, showing off all the fucking features and characters. It looked great. They were working on localization, and it just fucking disappeared. And we never got it. What we did get was the sequel, which was Magical Star Sign, which I'm also hoping to play. But you can see the art is very, very similar between those two. I forgot to include the artists in all this. I apologize. One day I'll talk about them. But again, K-Bash did a fantastic job about that, especially the scenery artist. He, I can't top it. Go watch that stuff, all right? They did Mother 3, which is cool. Again, a lot of people know that game, played that game, have cried over that game. It's a wonderful game in the Mother series. And Fantasy Life, which is one of my favorite games on the 3DS. Speaking of favorite games on the 3DS, let's talk about Grezzo. Grezzo, after Koichi Ishii left, did a lot of co-working. Both Grezzo and 1UP have been doing a lot of co-development stuff. That was kind of what they were known for. Not really being releasing their own IPs as much, but doing work with Nintendo, with HAL, with who else? I forget. Grezzo also did some work with another franchise, which is eluding me, but I think that's something to do with Atlas, if I'm not mistaken. But these two games, Fantasy Life and Ever Oasis, they're pretty much defined the 3DS for me. This came out stupid late, too. I've not found a copy of this game after I sold mine, which I shouldn't have. Because it came out during the new 3DS era, and that was super late, and then the Switch, this was around when the Switch had started coming out. So naturally, it's one of those Shantae-esque, this was at the end of the era, or end of the game, the console's lifespan kind of games, you know. But these are just wonderful games. They really do have a lot of Mana feelings to them. If you ever want to play, if you're ever jonesing for some more Mana stuff, but you're out of games, these two games are just amazing. All right, you should go try them. Absolutely. But Grezzo was doing a lot of work on the Legend of Zelda series for the DS and 3DS. So like Spirit Tracks. They worked on Ocarina of Time 3D, Majora's Mask 3D, all that good stuff. Four Swords. They did that. Yeah, so he's kind of there is a small series I think he did that's a new IP for them, but it there's no information that I can find on it, so it's kind of weird. I'm not sure if it's just like a mobile game or what, but it may not have just ever come out here. So I'll keep looking into that though. So that's where Koichi Ishii is. He's also worked on Visions too. Apparently, he had a hand in that as well. So the man's back. Our boy's back. Last thing I want to talk about, too far, is next. And normally, when you see like a well-known brand or well-known developer in one game and then some name in another, it's kind of a bad sign. But Next actually is a really good team. This is just part of their fucking list. They have been around for a very long time. This Genesis on there. They made a lot of things. Well, they helped work on a lot of things. Mostly known for Shining, which is what is relevant tonight. If you played Shining Soul on the GBA, this game will be very familiar looking to you. But as far as I know, I think they folded up in 2016. So, Children, as we're going to get into, is not a bad game. It's not it's not the best mana game on the planet. It's not even one of the best. It's not even in the top 5 or top 10 best, which I think but it's not because of Nex, and it's not because of Brownie Brown. It's not because of Square. You know, it's just a little bit something else. We'll leave it at that for right now, okay? And before we get into this and probably crash the stream, last week I I made some fucking sort of mana memes because I don't think anyone's been doing any of this. I've just very much felt like these guys were identifying with the Sunny in Philadelphia crew. And then I made this. Kind of going back to what we're talking about with the finale stream of Julius trying to tell me that these people were bad when I knew that they were just god awful human beings at that point in the story. And then we got this. So yeah, let's play Children of Mana, shall we? Hold on to your butt socks. I don't know if RetroArch is going to behave. Okay, I think we're going to be using the Dasumi core. I thought we tested this, and it may have looked okay. I may have to change some settings, so just be forewarned. This could go to shit. This could be a 25-minute stream. All right, and if it's 25 minutes, thank you for coming. See you next time. I don't know. Fuck. Let's try and kick this turd off, shall we? So let's turn the music off. Nope, we don't want that. Close this so my TV will behave. And yeah, Dasume. Oh, my controller turned off. There we go. Okay, it's running. And let's just see how it is next. I'm gonna mute myself. Let this play. There he is. I'll be damned if it's actually fucking working. Look at that. How cool. Okay, that's my bottom screen. I was trying to figure out. Alright. So let's talk a little bit more about what this game is. First off, it's gorgeous. It's beautiful. It has actual full motion video plugged into it. Well, not, yeah, animated video, I guess. I don't know. Definitely a jump up in quality and graphics from the DS and, or not, the GBA. Holy fuck. I have a cookie. I'm eating cookie. That's what's distracting me right now. I went and grabbed the cookie. This is a game that is frustrating to me in many ways. Many, many, many ways. Alright? The big one is a lot of the complaints I had in Sword of Mana, they fixed here. I said Sword of Mana felt and played like a game that would have been best had it been co-op. Had it had co-op multiplayer. And hey, this is a co-op multiplayer Mana game. First one since, I don't know, fucking Secrets? Something like that? I don't know. I don't remember if Legends. Or, well, I guess Trials. But we ain't get that. Anyway. You can do that. So you got 4 characters to choose this time. We got Ferric, a versatile in offense, defense, and magic, effective at any distance. You got Timbre, a dancer with magical talents. Though not powerful, her attacks are swift. It's absolutely nothing. You got the Wanderer, strong attack and defense, specialized in close combat, unskilled in magic. And then you got Poppin, a mage specializing in attack spells, low defense, unskilled in close combat. So, you get 4 playable characters this time instead of however many you got before, which, depending on what game you played last. I completely forgot about the best part about this game. Holy shit, the whole reason I made that fucking stupid PowerPoint. Okay. This game is a sequel to Dawn of Mana. Alright? Dawn of Mana came out in November of 2007, I think. Hold on. Let me double check that. I've had my laptop open so long I could have had notes on this thing. I just realized that. No, you know, I'm gonna run with it. This is a good way to address this. Okay, yes, we got Dawn of Mana, May 22nd, 2007. All right, that was the game that directly precedes this one. Again, like we said, in Sword of Mana, it felt like in a linear story that had a prequel and would have a sequel, there would be another game in that series. Instead, we get this, where it was Dawn, then Children. This is a sequel spin-off, right? But Children was released October 30th, 2006. First game, May 2007. Second game, October 2006. The game that required direct referential knowledge of what, just to know what the fuck was going on, did not come out until, oh shit, December, January, March, like 9 months, 9 months later, okay? And I want you to realize this. The last game before this was Sword. Sword was setting itself up to be an installment in another story. There was going to be more. That's the vibe I got finishing it. That's what we understood. Children came out, and it's referencing things in the past. But the things aren't lining up together. There are characters who look similar, but are not the same. There are places with the same names. There's Topple, there's Wendell, there's Jad, there's Illimore, whatever the fucking the ice place was. But they're not the same. You have to understand, like, this game was so fucking confusing to me because I thought it was sequeling Sword. When in actuality, the game it was actually a sequel to had not come out yet. And I had no way of knowing this. That really probably fucked a lot of people up back in the day. Alright? I don't know how many people played this shit. I did. I was very fucking confused. Oh fuck, I closed the studio. How the fuck did I do that? Hold on. I'm gonna eat my cookie now since I shut the stream accidentally. So that was what that whole fucking thing was about. Why I had like a 25-minute PowerPoint before this. It was to explain the context of the fact that this game was confusing as balls to play. Because it was directly referencing a game that was not out yet. So, if you're a game developer, just hot fucking tip here, alright? And you're making multiple games in a series that all kind of have to build off each other, make sure they come out in order. Please. Anyway, we have 4 options this time. And the idea is they're supposed to complement each other, right? Because you're going to play with other people. The idea is you're going to play with other people. You're going to sit down with your buddies and you're all going to have your fucking Children of Mana cartridges and you're all going to pick different characters and you're all going to run around and help each other out. This is kind of like Dark Souls where you pick your starting class. It really doesn't fucking matter, alright? By the end of it, they all can play in completely different places. And we're going to play this how I played it back in the day. And I hope I hit the right button. I don't actually remember which one. We're taking the kid. Because sending a child out to do basically impossible tasks while your whole village is filled with able-bodied people is just the funniest fucking idea for me. This is the other kind of cool thing, is you can pick the color of your little dude and actually change it. I think it changes the color of him, too, in his little portrait, if I'm not mistaken. I think I did white because I kind of like his head wrap reminds me like a Nautilus. We'll just keep popping. Keep popping. Now the book's on the other screen. It's just a tale of long ago. I shouldn't be eating. I'm sorry. When the Mana Tree was newly born, Illusia Isle floated in the middle of a sea in the center of the world. Above it towers the great Mana Tree. I'm sure you've heard many stories about the Mana Tree and the Sword of Mana. See, again, you kind of get the idea why I'm like thinking it's picking up, you know. The story you're about to hear tells of the only time the Holy Sword ever dared to defy Mana. And there's right where we left it, right? Right? This is how it all began. I wonder if this house is really haunted. I don't know what A is. Hold on. Okay, that's A. Got it. Poppin'. Wah. Don't you know this house is haunted by ghosts? I know. And what are you doing here? Grandpa Tony, the ghosts haunting this place are people who died in the cataclysm 10 years ago, right? Yes, that's right. Then maybe I can meet Mommy. Mommy. What? But then again, I don't even remember her face. This place only has bad ghosts. Scary ghosts. Really? Here, I'll give you some candy. Go on, get out of here. Stay away from this place, you hear? Yeah, candy. I'm gonna give some of this to Tess. Hold on there. It's almost time for Tess to go to offer her prayers. You mustn't keep her from her duties. Duty? Duty. It's thanks to maidens like Tess offering prayers to the Mana Tree and the Mana Goddess that the world can live in peace. I'm just gonna give her some candy. Okay, don't bother too much. Okay, bye. Thanks to the candy. So this is the hub. This is one of those games where you have a central hub and you leave and come back over and over and over and over again. And the other characters are in here too, if you can pick them. Poppin'. Lately, Tess has been worried about that there's something wrong with the Mana Tree. And today she went to the stone to investigate. I know a thing or two about Lucia Isle. It's abundantly blessed with natural beauty, has a very agreeable climate. I've had the pleasure of visiting many places in my time, but I believe this is still the most amazing land I've ever seen. And the gnomes are here, spirits are here. Ah, another nice day. On days like this, my favorite thing to do is have a picnic under the Mana Tree. Or a barbecue wouldn't be a bad idea either. Kind of just filler shit, you know. Nothing over here yet. Welcome to Silver Mermaid Poppin'. We have 2 new stores open up momentarily. They may not be much interest to you, so young, but please feel free to stop by. Something seems to be up with the spirits lately. They're acting all jittery and creepy. What's going on? During all that horrible stuff that went on 10 years ago, everybody lost their families and things that really mattered to them. Your daddy died in the cataclysm too, right? Yeah, Cataclysm did not happen last time we played a game in Mana, so... Again, one of these things is kind of picking up that something is not right here. Yeah, I've been living here going on 10 years now. All of us had been separated from our loved ones. Over time, we became family. To me, you're just my own dear grandchild. All of us spirits in Mana Village were born only 10 years ago, so we're still kind of young. That's why we don't know much of anything about stuff that happened here in the past. Wait, this kid's like 10. This kid's older than 10. Why is he acting like a toddler? Jesus. I lost everything in catastrophe 10 years ago. Now I spend my time running the general store here on the island. I think I'm finally starting to get the hang of this line of work. I won't let me buy anything yet. That makes sense. We haven't actually started the game. Hi, Poppin'. You're full of vim and vigor today. Children can never have too much energy, in my opinion. Oh no, you're right. I shouldn't expect you like I'm child. I'm terribly sorry. You're like 15. Fuck off. You got 5 years on me, lady. Something's been bothering me lately. I've got this feeling that something bad's gonna happen. I could be wrong. 10 years ago, people were suffering inside and out. They were in the depths of despair, but they hadn't given up. Of course, now they're doing fine. They're practically good as new. Humans made of pretty tough stuff, eh? You're looking chipper today, Poppin'. The sight of your smiling face always brightens my day. See, I always thought this was Modi. Or like the hero, right? From the last game. He kind of looks like a little bit, except for that massive fucking hit cat. I don't know what's going on there. I don't know what the hell he's wearing up there. Hey, Poppin', been building up your strength? Yeah, you never know what's going to happen, so it's a good idea to stay in shape. Everybody on this island has deep scars from the past, but now we're all living together like one big happy family. The reason so many of us spirits wound up in this village is, well, we were drawn by the warmth of the people here. Help, I'm stuck. Help. Then the game, I'm actually like, let's take a moment. The DS is running fine. Like, I'm honestly surprised. I did not think this would work. 10 years ago, the world was reborn, thanks to the power of the Mana Goddess. Humans made a pretty good comeback and returned to a peaceful way of life. I sure hope this peace lasts a long time. Even those of us who lurk in the dark find the warmth of this island very comfortable. Although it's a small isle, the love it fills may be the greatest in the world. Okay, I think we've done enough Dolly. Hi, Tess. Oh, hi, Poppin'. Grandpa Tony gave me some candy. Here, you can have some too. Thank you, Poppin'. So what are you doing here? Just a little research. I've noticed some troubling things lately. Like what? Well, maybe it's just my imagination, but something strange is going on with the plants and animals. They seem restless, almost as if they're afraid of something. I don't get it. Oh yeah, would you mind taking this note? Holy shit, taking this to Modi for me. To the mayor? Sure thing. I'm gonna be late for prayers, I really appreciate it. No problem. Tell him they're in the notes. He wanted about abnormal plant growth. I don't know what you mean. About what? Oh, you don't have to remember that. You can just give them to him. I'll see you later. Who's keeping tabs? It's like, who's like watching the time here? There's like 6 people left in the world. Poppin', is something the matter? Just delivering notes from Tess. Here you go. Oh, very good. Thank you, Poppin'. Bye. See, there's Watts. There's fucking Watts this year. Anybody home? Watts, good to see you. And he knows you. See? See? 10 years ago, Watts knows the hero. Ah, Modi. It's been a while. How you doing? Can't complain. You look mighty good yourself. Good as I can be, thank you. Is that you, Poppin'? You've grown since the last time I saw you. Hi, Watts. You've gotten hairier. You got that right. At any rate, this is a pleasant surprise. A visit from the King of the Mines himself. Well, there's something that worries me, Wee. What's the matter? Have a look at this. What is it? A geode, sort of gem, if you will. One of my lads got it from somewhere. But this is no ordinary stone, mind you. What do you mean? It's got uncanny powers, it does. By Professor Baum's way of it, it can alter the essence of any living thing. Alter living things? Professor Baum said that? Aye. Then it could be the evil spirits, the power of Mavolia. But weren't they contained 10 years ago? Aye, indeed they were. The gates of Mavolia were sealed shut 10 years ago by the Mana Goddess herself. Then why is this happening? I don't know. That's why I'm here. I'm thinking there might be something strange happening here on Illusia. I see. Well, something about the Mana Tree has caught my attention recently. And what might that be? By Griffin's an earthquake. I love by Griffin's. Come quick, it's the stone. What's wrong with the stone? Please, just come and see. Hurry. Poppin', go on ahead. I'll be there shortly. What in the name of the goddess? The stone is cracked, but how? What devil was that? What the devil is that white light? Help, the mana tower. What is it? The tower. It was swallowed by the white light. A white light, you say? I got scared and ran back here, but Tess is still in there. She's inside. Is she alright? I was late for prayers, so Tess went on ahead alone. I'll go help her out. Hold on, Poppin. Take this with you. It's one of Professor Bomb's inventions, a gem frame. You can use it to harness the latent powers of gems within. Select hidden gem, or select gems from the menu on the bottom screen, and insert gems into the frame. If you want to know more, head to Silver Mermaid and ask Professor Bomb's lads. They should be able to help you. This may be familiar territory, but stay alert. Something's clearly amiss. You don't have the luxury of changing your equipment during battle, so prepare yourself well before heading out to the tower. And should you feel your life's in danger, use this. A magical rope that will return you here instantly, even from the deepest camping. It's a magic rope. Thanks, Watts, Mayor. Be careful, my lad. I will. Yeah, like, no one's going, but the fucking child. The 10-year-old is being sent out to die alone. So we can put this little gem. Okay. Here's a fucking reach. Alright. This is probably one of the reasons why I like this game so much. Does anyone remember way back in the 90s, like way back, okay, there was a book. And the book was designed like an assorted chocolate box, right? And you could lift the flaps and there'd be little surprises in there, right? And it got progressively more gross as you went further on in the book. But that's what this reminds me of, this gem frame shit. I've always kind of gotten that weird vibe. I don't remember what that book was. Alright, what else we got here? So you're gonna notice some things here. Look how there's like half of the status screen is taken up by quest markers. We have 4 slots for weapons instead of like 9. We have 4 stats, 1 spirit slot, and a whole lot less numbers than we normally did, right? No more levels, no anything like that. Yeah, you notice there's some things missing, right? This game very much is like 1 step forward, 3 steps back. Alright, but let's just go ahead. We'll keep going here. We'll get to another point. Wait. Huh? You head out to the mana tower, you're not? Yeah. A turbulent force surrounds the tower. It's dangerous. But Tess is still inside. So you're diving in all alone? Don't be so reckless. But someone has to help her, or get out of there. No, calm down. Yes, it's always darkest before the dawn. Poppin'. We're here to offer you our help. Huh? We can't just stand back and watch while Tess is in danger. Really? You can have one of us whisk along with you. Okay, now the spirits. I keep calling them fucking djinns. Thanks, Golden Sun. They've changed. Okay, so you notice there's still an attack and a support thing, right? But let's look at the supports really quick. Imbues weapon with the power to set foes ablaze. Imbues weapon with power to prevent foes from attacking. Cures an ally's status ailment and gives them temporary immunity. Restores an ally's HP. Makes an ally invisible. Gradually restores ally's HP. Imbues a weapon with paralyze. Imbues a weapon with power to freeze. So, these 4 here used to be the ones that would change your stats. Salamander was my biggest buddy, right? Because he would double my attack last game in Sword. Gnome was double defense. Dryad actually doubled magic defense. And then Jin doubled speed. or agility, which just basically meant you could walk fast. Now, they don't do that. They don't affect your stats at all. Now they just add status effects to your regular attacks. Alright? This sounds like a good idea. Because we're still thinking like it's Sword of Mana. This is not Sword of Mana. Okay? I'm going to tell you right now, these are not as useful. Okay? We'll kind of get into combat, but the long and short of it is, one, you have to clear out enemies in this. You're on floors. You're not in areas. You're not in zones. You're not running through caves. You're in floors, sealed floors, and you will not be able to advance most of the time until you defeat all the enemies. So, setting them on fire makes them run away. Still happens. I don't think it does damage anymore. Poison and damage ticks aren't a thing anymore. But it makes them run away. Freezes them. Turns them to stone. Paralyzes them. You can't hit an enemy while they're on a status effect. So it essentially slows down your damage DPS, right? He's the only one that kept his ability. He still just turns you invisible. But I don't know why here, because you can't sneak. There's no sneaking. We didn't even talk about stealth last game. It was there. It was present. If you wanted to avoid enemies, you had a means of doing it. You had several means. Now it's just him. And I don't know why you'd want to do that. Because the whole point of this game is to fucking kill enemies as fast as possible. Wisp, just like before, is pretty well your best bet. Because it heals your HP. Luna also got a buff finally. Now she actually restores your HP, so that one's pretty good too. Dryad's the other one that they changed to actually be a beneficial thing. Curing status ailments is very good in this game because you only have a limited amount of items that you carry. You can't have 99 gummy frogs like last time. You've only got 8, I think, that you can carry. You might be able to improve it later, but it doesn't go very high. So she's actually kind of helpful this time. There's also something going on here. Look at the attack descriptions. A fire explosion blazes outward from the spirit. Ice blasts outward from the spirit on 4 sides. Sharp rocks erupt from beneath the spirit. A spirit summons the tornado that spirals counterclockwise. Thorny vines lash out on 4 sides. Areas of light emanate diagonally. A vortex of darkness spirals outward from the spirit. An orb of light whirls clockwise. These are no longer they're not tied to your weapon anymore. Now they just happen. And they usually have a pretty big area of effect, a decently big area effect. But a lot of these, when they say 4 directions, they mean cardinal directions, which means big chunks of the screen are going to be left exposed. Same with diagonal, only instead of being clockwise, it's being diagonal one, There's the clockwise and counterclockwise, and then there's Shade and Salamander. They just kind of make an explosion from the center, right? So that's all of them. Now here's the big kicker here. This fixed a few things, right? The big thing it's fixing, and there's something we talked about in Sword, is the fact that you can take any one of these at any time from the start of the game. And if this was Sword, that would be good, right? You wouldn't have any, there'd be no quandaries about using Luna or Shade because you're not at the end of the game anymore, right? Those are the last 2 spirits you got, and there was really no reason to use them unless you had a buff. You can pick any one you want, but now it doesn't really matter because you can only have one. You get 1 spirit this whole game. So it really doesn't matter, is the sad thing. Now Popman in the description is an offensive mage, right? So we're looking at the attacks more than the other things. Shit, I don't know. You really don't use these that much. That's the sad thing. We'll take Undyne for this, since it's winter time. Thanks. Let's make a splash poppin'. Alright. I always thought she was kind of cute too. I like that. I like the artwork. The portraits are very pretty in this. Alright. Here's when things began to settle into me that this wasn't quite right. Okay. Like, we did basically what I did when I first started this game. Ran around, talked to everybody, looked at the place. Everything looked pretty. The menus, a little bit worrying. The stats, not really there. Right? But hey, if it's got a good adventure, it's still fine. So we have to go all the way to the Mana Tower, right? Let's go to the Mana Tower. We have to start our adventure. Okay, we're at the Mana Tower. Think about how long that would have been if this was Sword, right? Just going from Topple to Wendell was an hour-and-a-half adventure through 2 caves, a swamp, and a fucking vampire mansion. We just walked. There is no adventure in this game. This is not an adventure game. That's where this game deviates the most. All right. Now we're gonna be running around. We're gonna be hitting enemies. We're gonna be exploring. But floors. Consider this a roguelike dungeon crawler. Well, not even a roguelike. It's a dungeon crawler. All right. And you're just clearing dungeon floors. That's all you do in this game. Is this the Mana Tower? What happened to this place? I hope you liked that song you just heard, because you're never going to hear it again. What's going on here? The force covering the tower is twisting the fabric of space. You know, I'm really worried about Tess. Let's hurry. Monsters? What are monsters doing in the tower? The power must have brought them here. But we gotta get a move on. I know. I use the A button to attack. I can press it up to 3 times to perform a combo. I'll show them what Morty's taught me. Again, 1 step forward, 4 steps back. So first off, this is like the only actual original area in the whole game, alright? Enjoy it while it lasts, because we'll be coming back here quite a bit. Let's look at the UI. We've got an X and A button. If we had a second weapon there, we can use 2 weapons at once. Combos are much easier to do. Now it's just consecutive button presses. The music sounds really good, right? Listen to fucking Poppin' though. For whatever reason, the music is banging, but the sound effects are like horrid. Like if the music is at 52 kilohertz or whatever the fucking quality rate is, I forget. The sound effects are like 14. It's so bizarre. Archers. I'll get shot if I just run in. I know, Moe taught me how to deflect arrows using my sword. I'll just hold the A button to protect myself. Here goes. Alright, another little step forward, like a little tiptoe. All the weapons have 2 functions. You hold down the button for this, and you can deflect incoming hits. I think just ranged hits, though. I don't remember if you can deflect melee hits. So the sword gives you a little bit of defensiveness, right? But the enemies now only have one attack, I believe. One or two. Whoops. I forgot that's how you summon the spirit. And that's what she does. Let's do that again. I'll kind of show you. So now we have the weapon in view. Oh, that didn't help nothing. So you release, hold down and release just like before. And then if you touch the spirit again, you imbue your weapon or you use the support effect. If you just leave it for a few seconds, it'll go off and use a spell. Timing on this is kind of awkward because if you drop it somewhere, wherever you drop it may not be where the enemies are. Like when you needed to use it, they may be somewhere else. What else did I learn? I remember now, most secret sword technique. The gauge at the bottom right fills each time I land a strike or take one. When the gauge is full, I press select to release its power. While it lasts, I can attack faster. I can hold the A button to unleash a powerful attack. But the gauge doesn't last forever, so I have to keep an eye on how much I've got left. Time for me to step up. Huh? Say, Poppin'. You know what to call it. You know what to call me. Oh, I'm sorry. Jesus, words. You know what to call me, you can hold down the B button and then release it, right? After you call me, stand back and wait a bit. I'll wipe out enemies around me with my magic. If you touch me, then I can lend you my power directly. Give it a try. Head into that group of monsters and call me. I'll rid them in the blink of an eye. Oh, when you call me, remember that it costs MP, so pay attention to how much you have left. Not bad, right? Now, there's something that happened over here. You see these big gray pots. You can't break them with your fuck. I think I just lost that chest. That's strange. I was sure there were some stairs around here. Oh, I see what's going on. The fabric of space has changed, so the stairs aren't here anymore. Wait a second. It's faint, but I feel the Mana God's power is from over here. We can make the light brighter. We'll be able to go move further into the tower. Oh, good, it's still here. Sweet, new sword. Okay, anyway. These we can't break with our sword. The little pots we can. This we can't. We have to actually knock an enemy into it, which means we have to knock them airborne. Which happens on the third strike of the sword hit. What's this? Poppin', how lucky. This is a gleam drop, a crystallized form of the Mana Tree's power. Hopefully it'll make the light bright enough for us to go forward. Use the A button to lift it and set it down into the light. Got it. Fun to try and do when you have enemies around you. Well, I'm glad this place looks safe. I bet the grace of the goddess let us here. Now listen, Moppin, don't be pushing yourself too hard. If you get tired, press Y button to use gumdrops and other recovery items. You'll find many kinds of recovery items, each with its own healing properties, such as curing status ailments and recovery MP. You have several kinds of items. You can switch between them by pressing the L button. So go ahead and switch on according to your situation. Oh, if you want to invite your friends to our world, or if you want to go to your own friend's world, go back to the village and select multiplayer from the lower screen menu. you come across an enemy that's too tough to beat on your own, it might be a good idea to get some help with your friends. But the rules are different when playing alone, so be careful. Okay, I've got to find Tess. Seems like a weird little thing to drop in there, but that's because that's the end of the tutorial. We're now just done. That's the whole game. We've got every single function of the game. Well, beyond a few things we gotta unlock after this, pretty much done. That's the combat anyway. You'll notice this was an enemy, and this was an enemy that used to be unaffected by the sword. In Sword. That's no longer the case. No enemies, there are no weaknesses or resistances anymore because you've only got 4 weapons in this game. And you've only got 1 spirit to come along. So, you're pretty much... You're always going to be at a disadvantage in some way or shape, so they just took it out. It's no longer relevant. Oh yeah, this thing's on now. We have a Fury, we have a charge attack. This time, though, you get a whole bunch of hits in. So, it's not just limited to 1 attack, which is actually pretty nice. Gives you a little bit more utility than what you may have had last time. Oh, if you wonder what these barrels are, I'll show you in a second. You do damage to them, right? And they knock things around. You hit people into them. And they knock you around. Yeah, this game's pretty fucking chaotic. This is a lot of what Don was trying to do with the Havoc engine. But this is not obviously a Havoc engine game. This is just weird shit game. Oh, I think it blew up. Anyway, those barrels explode. And they can kill you if you're not careful. But yeah, you're hitting enemies, you're knocking them into each other, they bounce around. Kind of a curmudgeon-y thing. You see them dying instantly. If you knock them into spikes, shit. If you knock them into spikes, they just die. These guys are great. Because they do that. You see them trying to wind up there. That hit, that attack will actually knock you around and bounce you around. Does a lot of damage too, so you have to be cautious with it. But the reason... Yeah, that shit, you see. Oh my god. The reason why all these barrels are here is because we want to break that 1 pot so we can get that gold chest. And we have to be careful with these guys and not fuck around too much because they can accidentally open the chest and the item will disappear if left it too long. Something really nice you may have noticed is that now our items are bound to a hotkey, so there is basically, in fact, there is no menus, which is a really great thing if that bothered you last time. There's just no menus to speak of anymore. Everything is handled in the shoulder buttons and your 4 face buttons, which is great. Now I got these fucking things, these cubes. They'll follow you everywhere you go. But you notice they can't get around those barrels, so you just do that. Kind of hard to get the barrels in position, though. And you'll notice we need something to bounce around to get us into this down area here, because it's all blocked off. Sometimes, and especially these areas, um, it pays to leave enemies for a little bit and kind of explore just to see what else is in here. The eyeball things are back, but they're not nearly as bad as they were. All they can do now is heal you, or heal themselves. That's about the only annoying thing. Now you see, hitting that magic blade would have been a good idea, but because he just kind of wandered out of the blast radius of the spirit, he didn't do anything. And our spirit was pretty much useless. And let me show you what I mean about these imbuings. Sometimes I guess you can't pick the fucking thing up. Now we don't have any magic stuff. Magic will not work like it did where you can rest and restore it. I don't actually remember how beyond items. I don't think there is a function to do it. I'm trying to get him to explode, it won't let me. Oh well. Oh shit, god damn, there's fucking enemies everywhere. Oh god. And I think if you run out of MP, you lose all your progress, if I'm not mistaken. That was a close call. Please try and be more careful now. Shift lets you keep your stuff. I don't remember. Oh, you do. You keep everything? Oh, yeah, you do. Okay. Now, it's the other interesting thing here. Not neat, but interesting. You see that these items have a level cap, right? This is actually taken from the .hack series. That's where I saw this first anyway. I had played .hack.gu, I think it was, a little bit, and then when I got this game, this whole menu was awfully familiar to that. But there's a problem there. That was simulating an MMO. This is simulating a multiplayer game. This whole thing just kind of comes off as hopelessly just... I don't know. What's a good word to describe it? More defense would be good. Just ineffective, you know? Just not particularly useful. I don't know if we need 2 mines. So let's go ahead and swap out Undyne, because she's not particularly useful. You saw we miss a lot of times, that one. Who do we talk to switch spirits? Maybe, I think we actually stuck with them. Hopefully I don't have to watch this whole shit again. Oh boy, we may be stuck doing this again. Okay, good. and just lets you go from right from the get-go. Alright. Now let's try and do what I was trying to do last time. And take the imbuing. It doesn't, it's not really that useful, you know. Like, they just sit there. Like, yeah, you can hit them again, but it knocks them back out of it, and they're out of it in a few seconds anyway, so it's kind of, it's just not that good, you know? So the big thing now is that enemies have like a regular attack and then they have a power move. Thank you. And those power moves can crit you and bounce you around. Whoops. I'm trying to run. I accidentally fucking forgot there is no run. Something kind of nice you can do is release a spirit and then stand about where you need the enemies to stand. Oh, except they completely missed. Yeah. Chocolate bar, thank you. Probably put that in the wrong place. Still work out, I think. Personally, I found Salamander and Wisp and Shade to kind of be the easiest ones to use because they don't have these giant, like, sections they just can't hit, you know? And getting knocked around doesn't hurt you, like you see, but the problem is there's like a recovery frame, and if you're in the wrong spot, that recovery frame could like lead you to being hit with a crit and killed, which is no bueno. I think the stream looks okay. I think we're doing alright. So you can do this. A little bit more utility with the sword. Like you see, the power move for the zombies here is that rib attack. So you don't want to be down while they're doing that because you'll take more damage. Something nice, again, we'll talk about improvements to sword. I talked about it would be nice if instead of having one piece of equipment you're constantly upgrading, that you had the option to just go out and buy new ones. You can find them in this game. As you've seen, we found a bunch of swords, we found some armor, some rings. So there's no upgrade anymore. There's no upgrade system at all, which is definitely bad. I really like the upgrade system, even if it was kind of unintuitive. But this makes it a little bit easier to find things or upgrade your stuff, you know. Yeah, you see that there? And the way the damage works in this game is you're going to take hits before you have time to react, so it's almost better to like have a preemptive gumdrop ready, you know? Because sometimes it just happens so quick, there's nothing you can do. See if I can get this to glitch again. That was actually an object error. Or a collision error last time. It wasn't supposed to do that. That's funny. That is funny. If the game seems like it's chugging, that's not actually the emulator this time. That is entirely... the game just runs poorly. See if I can block one of these. Oh yeah, you can. You can see there's a lot less going on with the AI in the enemies this time around. If they thought they could get you, they'd fucking get you before, you know. But now it's just kind of they're content to stand around, like. There's just less going on under the hood, you could say. But Since we're on floors, by the way, there's an issue of monster spawns. There's a set amount of monsters that can spawn in areas. Yeah, this is a very tricky area, especially with only the sword. Which means that if you spawn in enough monsters, they won't spawn in other parts of the level. This can be good or bad, so you can use that as a means of scouting. Fuck that one up. You can use it as a means of scouting, so you can spawn them all and then run off, and they won't follow you because they're idiots. And they'll stay in that part, and you can go find treasure, or look for the thing, the egg, or just whatever you want. But it's also kind of bad, because you may think you're done with an area, only to find out that there's just a shit ton more you didn't come across, you know? Yeah, cool. Okay. Well, there's some treasure down there that we can't go reach now because the fucking... Oh, we got one barrel. We got one left, but this is probably going to blow up too. The fun of playing with a physics-based engine. The idea is to put it in the exact perfect spot to block. Now the problem is, as we've seen, it can glitch through that, which means if we're not careful, we get stuck back here and then have to do this all over again. Which we did not this time. Did I miss a chest out? So every 4 floors, you get this little thing. It lets you change your stuff, pick your butt, smell your toes, all that good stuff. I always kind of build every character kind of about the same. Mine is probably the least useful since I don't even know what enemies have an elemental attack. We aren't really using our spirit that much to attack, so we don't really need the lower. So defense and attack are pretty much fine. I don't think we have anything we can put on. Oh, we can. Okay, cool. Tess. Are you okay? What's going on here? I don't know. I was praying in the Mana Tower. The ground started to shake and everything lit up. Next thing I knew, I was here. Where are we, anyway? In the Mana Tower. What? Are you sure? Ah! What is that thing? Tess, you better go hide. Pop in. Just go. Alright, be careful. I was kind of liking this fight to Garuda, except this one actually will come around the screen instead of just staying at the top. Which is a nice fucking change to pace. What's going on? Nothing seems to hurt it. What is that? Whatever force was protecting it seems to have disappeared. We're going to be able to beat it now. Here I come. Yes, the child can beat the fucking bird monster. Music's good. I like this music. See if I can time a magic hit. Nope. Actually bounced into it a little bit. That's funny. Nope, missed again. Oh damn, killed it on a super move. It's kind of like this. It gives you ranks and you get a treasure chest at the end of the level. You get to pick something out. Normally it's something useful. And I think this is pretty useless, this little mystery thing. The better you do, the better result you get. I think we'll take the hemp robe. But that's a good part of the game. I like it. What just happened? Poppin', are you alright? Yeah, but look at the sword. Where did this come from? Whoa. Ah. What kind of sword is this? Are you alright? Huh? Yes, I'm alright. Well, well. How intriguing. A human child defeating a Malvodan. Malvodan? Who are you? Right. This guy's fucking music. That sword. So this is the goddess's solution? Huh? You have no business with that sword. I'll take it for safekeeping. What? I see. Mother Goddess, you wield some power here after all. No matter. A single sword is of no consequence. The mana tree is dormant and powerless to interfere. Now, no one can stand in my way. What are you talking about? Witness the stirring of a new force. How beautifully it shines, unleashed upon the world at last. This is only the beginning. Those who are lost shall return, as the world withers silently away. As the world withers away? Yes, the world will soon cease to exist. Can you stop it, I wonder? Ha 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 ha. There's our mustache-twirling villain of the game. Withers away, what a weirdo. Hop and look. Oh. Whoa, look at that. Obtain the Holy Sword. Anomalies in time and space. Beasts never seen before. Now we have this. Aye, it's a Holy Sword. A Holy Sword. So it came hurtling down as if it had a will of its own, you say. Yeah, and the light from the sword helped us defeat the monster. It also protected us from the strange man who appeared there. A strange man in the tower? After we defeated the monster, he came out of nowhere and tried to take the sword away. There was an eerie air about him. He seemed to revel in all the strange things that happened lately. Excuse me. He was going on and on about crazy stuff, like the world's going to wither away and die. Griffins. No, not the horror of 10 years ago. Could he mean to open the gates of Mavolia again? Well, just pondering here would do no good. Watts, what do you say we investigate what's happening elsewhere? Agreed. Maybe we should have a look at those giant columns of light. Alright, I'll head back to Ish to put together an expedition. And I'll beseech the other nations to help us learn more about these strange events and the damage they've caused. Oopsie. Mary, let me help too. I'd rather not involve a child. So young in something so dangerous. But the Holy Sword must have chosen you for a reason. Very well. Please join the investigation of the columns of light. There are 3 in all. They've appeared in Lorimar, Jad, and Topple. 3 columns. According to the initial reports, the columns in Topple seem to be exerting the strongest force. Would you head there and take a look? You bet. Oh, yes. Let's give you this, too. Flail time. This is a flail, a weapon I used when I was younger. It has a wider range of attack than a sword. You can also use it to pull yourself to walls or draw items to you. If a chest seems out of reach, try snapping the flail straight out to obtain what's inside. Thanks, Mayor. Now you have 2 weapons at your disposal. Want to try using a flail or fighting with both weapons at once? Yeah. No, not right now. Very well. Whenever you need practice with your weapons, just let me know. Okay, thanks. Are you ready to sit out? Please come see me at the upstairs balcony of the Silver Mermaid. The Silver Mermaid balcony? Yes, I'll be waiting. Okay, see you. Pop in. Hi, Tess. Please be careful. I'll be alright. I was chosen by the Holy Sword, you know. I am a chosen one. Great. You're right. I'm sure you wield its power as well. Don't look so worried. You can believe in me. Of course, I believe in you, Poppin. See you later. I'll be praying for you with all my might, Poppin. 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 Now we can swap our spirits out. All the other spirits besides Undyne say they'd love to help out. Really? That's great. So if you want to take a different one, please let me help. So... Wisp is probably one of the most useful. Again, because it heals you. My holy light shall purify all. Hi, Poppin. Welcome to Silver Mermaid. We have many different shops here in the Silver Mermaid. They should all offer worthwhile services, so feel free to look around. If you have questions about anything, you can always come back and ask me. Well, you might be too young to know some things, but it never hurts to ask. Learn. I'll tell you anything you need to know. Battle. Sword. Sword is the most basic weapon. You can tap the attack button repeatedly to execute combo attacks. You can also destroy minor obstacles such as small pots and tufts of grass. Sometimes neat items while destroying obstacles. Look around for some. Basic tutorial stuff. You know. So you saw she has a chat feature here. I'll talk to her again. This is one of those games you have to talk to all the NPCs after every iteration to see if they've got a side quest. Getting the Holy Sword is an initiation into adulthood. We at the Silver Mermaid lend you our full support and do your best for the best result. Even though Watts is the king of Ish, don't let his gruff way of talking fool you. He's a really nice guy at heart. Topple, Ormar, and even Jad, they're all suddenly hit with columns of light, and now the world is falling into chaos. Don't tell me we're going to end up back where the same hell we went through before. Can't say hell. It's a bad word. Thanks for helping tell us out. You're very brave, Poppin. I'm impressed. Seems like only yesterday you were a baby, and now you got the Holy Sword. I don't want to be proud or scared. You've got a mission to fulfill, so make sure you do it, or your answer to me. Hey, thank you. Howdy, we're the Bond Brothers. We come from Ish to do research on gems on this island of Illusia. I'm Balbo, the eldest of the brothers. Pleased to meet you. I'm Bilbo, the second boy. Gems seem to have a connection with mana power, so Illusia, home to our mana tree, is perfect for our research. I'm Bulbo, the youngest. We've actually just started our research. I think we're on our way to discovering things that might be of interest to you. I'll learn a few things we already know. There are largely 7 types of gems, distinguishable by color. The components in the gems are what gives each type its color, and the effects you get from fitting gems into the gem frame is also related to the color of the gem, so you'll know what kind of effect you're getting. I'll tell you more as I find out. Also, we've got a lot of gems here for our research, so we can sell you some if we need them. Or if you have some that you don't want, we can buy them from you. Oh, okay. I'm Poppin. Nice to meet you. Professor Baum has done extensive research on gems. We pride ourselves in providing you with all the latest results. Okay, you can buy gems here. Poppin, let me share some of our findings with you. Apparently, you can fuse 2 gems to make a new gem with a different power. Do you realize how amazing this is? It totally defies the conventions of physics. Here, this first gem we fused as experiment. Keep it. Yeah, Fury real. I also found out that fusion only works with gems without impurities. When we tried fusing impure gems or processed gems, they cracked in the middle of the process. If you have any extra gems, let me know. Even if it doesn't have much power by itself, it might just turn into something more powerful through fusion. So this is where the fucking meat and potatoes of this game is. Like, honestly, if this system wasn't in this game, it would be a lot more short and a lot more boring. But because you can do this shit and try out all these cool things, you know, it just gets better. This is also, so you might be thinking, let's talk real fast. So, from Sword of Mana, the elemental attacks the spirits have no longer change based on the weapon you have. So that's gone. A lot of the effects of the spirits are gone. A lot of the attributes to the weapons are gone. You might have wondered where all these things go. They're in the gem system now. You have gems that can change our basic effects, our basic stats, like this gives us more MP. This is a green gem that we could make. Ultimate Protection prevents all ailments. Would be very good. And I always like that they put it right here, but it's 12,000 and it's way beyond the size of our gem frame. So even if we did have 12,000, we couldn't install it. Whoops. Golormph, you come in. This Elusia Dud Office Dud Services. Dud Services use Dud Bear Network over world to collect help requests to find people who help. Wow, a Dud Bear talks like us? I study human language for working. That's cool. After tall lights come, many troubles overworld. Divabumph. You be busy, sure, Gugglebumph. But if you come help at free times, Dud Services say thanks, Harumph. Yep, fine by me. I'm Poppin, glad to meet you. Oh, Poppin. Let me explain services. First, select quest you want. You can only do one quest at a time. You look at requests and rewards you select. Next, we pay you service fee, then you go. All quest dungeons with monsters. Always have danger, but more danger, more reward. Very exciting. When quest done, come here, get reward of help requester. What do you think, Maboof? Want to try for services? So this is the other half. Fusing gems is one, and then doing the quests is the other. You gotta have money for these, though. That's the problem, but it's not a whole lot. So you can see there's rewards, money, weapons, equipment. And you can kind of see what their various ones are. So this one's creepy beasts with giant eyeballs have been taking up residence in the tower. It's too scary. Owl beast attacked me. There are monsters in every corner of the tower. Please make it safe. I must have dropped my key to my house somewhere inside the tower. I'm locked outside my own house. I went into the tower. Beasts started coming after me. Outbreak of slimes. The last big thing is you see the zones up there. There's 6, 4, 4, 6, 5, 6. That's how many floors you have to clear. It gives you a save point every 4. But if it's only 4 floors, once you hit the 4th floor, you're done. So it's actually a lot quicker to just do the 4th floor ones. Like this guy would be really easy to do. But this is also a really good way of getting good gems, because all the gems they give you in here are not processed yet, which means you can fuse them. So we could actually take this guy here. Yeah, this one. You don't really want to do these for the flails or for the extra weapons, because you're pretty much guaranteed to get those from a run anyway. Finish Grumph. Good luck questing. Alright, so let me do something real quick. We gotta take our gems off. So we can actually fuse them more. See all the combinations we get. We only have so many, since we only have like 4 types. But this is the Fury Reel. Enables Fury Reel when you enter Fury. As you can see, it's a little bit bigger than the other ones. So basically what that means is we now have a roulette wheel, or a slot machine, tied to the Fury Reel. And it gives us a chance to get more money. A few different effects. It's pretty fun. It's actually one of my favorites. So you can see here we've got Crystal of Life, just gives us more HP. A Glittering Crystal gives us better dex. Lure of Thieves makes fake treasure chests appear as monsters on the radar. And then Heart of Progress, increase experience. So there's a lot of things you can do. Right? Glittering Crystal, max MP, Purity Shelter prevents you from being poisoned specifically. So that one's not as effective as the other one, but it's cheaper and smaller. And then this one's really cool. Courage to Return. Automatically use an Angel's Grail when your HP reaches 0. That's actually really cool. Just gonna throw these bad boys on. You can see how much better the flail is to the sword. Welcome, Poppin'. I've got lots of weapons, armor, and accessories in store. Everyone get tired, I want you to use my recovery items. If you're heading off in a dangerous place, make sure you're properly equipped. Key buying equipment is selecting it according to your level. Expensive equipment won't be of any use if it doesn't match your level. For your convenience, I've displayed each piece of equipment. Buy each piece of equipment the level you need. Oh, if your knapsack gets too full from buying too much stuff, why, you can just buy a bigger amount for me and continue shopping. And when you can't afford to be cheap, don't think twice and buy. Okay, you don't have to talk so loud. I'll keep stocking up on things you find useful, so come see me often, okay? So here can you kind of see the advancements. I don't think jewel rings do anything else besides raise your int. What's with that knapsack? Basics 25. That's probably a good idea. So let's see. You can hold a maximum of 24. Which, you know, that's a lot of items, but it's not anything like what you could do in Sword. You buy like 99 of everything. Can I sell this? I'm gonna hold on to that. Hold on to that. You can sell your items off if you really wanted to. That's not the greatest idea, though. Been waiting for you, Poppin'. I hope you're ready to leave for Topple. But how do I get to Topple? Take this. What's this? A spin drum. The spirits have entrusted it to me for times like these. Hold on. Excuse me. Said they can use it to call the guardian spirit Flammy. Flammy? Try it and see. You've been chosen by the Holy Sword. I'm sure your call will be answered. Go on, try spinning the drum. Out on the balcony. Okay. So yeah, all these cool places you could go, and you just fly there. You basically just got a fucking teleporter. Again, not something I was enjoying. Let's go fuck around Star Lake for a little bit. Star Lake's actually pretty hard. Here we are. The whole idea of this game is you're supposed to go and do a bunch of quests and upgrade your stuff a few times over. Oh, here's the flail, by the way. It's an automatic knockback, which is really nice. You don't have to rely on the sword to do it anymore. And you can do this. And you can drag enemies into you. Oh, this is blind, by the way. This is a stat effect. Instead of confusing you now, the bats just blind your ass. See, there's a new one we just got. Mighty Defense. I believe that has to do with blocking. Oh, shit. And you can pull things out of the bushes here, too. It's kind of cool. That green mist that just came out of there will poison you. So the flail is more powerful than the sword, but sometimes it's not as good, especially in areas that aren't like this where it's not tight, where you can't get multiple hits in. Like that. Sometimes the sword is better. So it's really a take it or leave it. You saw there I reflected the bubbles back into the crab. But the sonar is not being blocked. See? See if I block that. Oh. I need to stop standing here. Oh good, that does work. Okay. Just want to test that real quick. And then... fuck. Watch Wisp. Yeah, that's what it does. Now they're confused for a little bit. Which again doesn't really help us because we want them dead, not confused. Alright. There we go. Again, beautiful music, beautiful scenery. I'm hoping that some people see this and are wondering what the hell my fucking problem with this game is. And that they'll just go out and play it because I'm full of fucking shit, and I hope you do. I really do. It's a great game. It's a fun little game. It's pretty. It's one of my comfort games. I'll say that. I don't play it as much as I nearly used to. But there was a time I would play this for like an hour or two every day. You know. Just because it's very cozy. And you hit certain points and like it is a brain off game, you know. There's my fucking spirit animal. Yeah, I love that duck. Okay, cool. We got a roulette. Let me get these chests and I'll show you what that does. Alright, so we just got health. And now it just acts like a normal Fury. So sometimes we'll get a health heal. Sometimes we'll get money. I can show you this. So we didn't talk about the flail much. The flail is pretty much a combination of the flail and the sickle, where it's got the sickle's attack, and then the hold down is the flail's utility. So again, kind of fixing one of the problems that I addressed with sword, where had the flail not had that utility, where it would pull things to you or pull you across gaps, it was not a very good weapon. And then the sickle, which could be a decent weapon, didn't have any utility. So this fixed both those problems. Another mighty defense. Thinking. How are these? You can see right away, Wisp is doing a lot more than Undyne was doing. Just because it's not restricted on its range. Ow. That was dumb. I don't remember if Int affects how much it heals. Come over, you fucking duck. Ooh, an Impure. I love the Impure gems. If you get a chance, I'll show you it off. They talked about Impures, but they don't really tell what they do. Impures are high risk, high reward. So they give you a good benefit, but then they also give you a massive penalty. Like Berserking, I think, gives you a ton of attack, but also increases the amount of damage you take when you're hit. So it's good to have if you have a lot of HP or a lot of defense. But for like Pup in here, probably not that good. That was interesting. A duck spawned from nothing. So now if we bring one of these idiots down here, we can bounce them against these big old whatever these things are and get to that treasure like that. See? That's what makes the flail so much better here. There's a meager resistance. That's another good one. What that does is it automatically uses a recovery item for when you hit a status effect, but it makes you more likely to be taking status effects. And there's our spike flip. Uh-oh. Hold on a minute. My computer's about to die. I can't turn the fucking stream off. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, problem of the enemy spawn system is you can run into those places where like you kill all the enemies and then run around and realize that, oh hey, there's a magic spell. You needed an enemy to break a thing, and now the enemy's all dead, you can't break that thing anymore, which kind of sucks. Waste of a fucking chest. Like, I want to push through here a little bit just to make sure we get ahead, and there's nothing left to open. Yeah, so we're good. That just doubled back. As you can see, it's definitely different from Sword, and probably, you know, Sword was an action RPG. This is just a straight action game, you know. There's no real RPG left at this point. Just pure fucking cocaine. There's no strategy involved anymore, just bash. Just mash the button. Mash all the buttons. Trying to get them to use a projectile. I don't want to do it. Alright, so we're going to run ahead here. Double check things. You don't want to be around those lizards. They are not a fun time. Those lizards will, like, Yoshi glomp you and spit you out and do a shit ton of damage to you. You don't want that. Like they're trying to do right now, you see them? Let's see what we get here. Just an HP up. You basically can't stand perpendicular to them. Oh, I'm not hitting them there. Oh, you saw that chest spawning, huh? That's a mimic. I don't think they can wimp anymore. They can do some other stuff, though. This is most for gun job farming. Get these huge areas over here. So you see how no enemies are spawning over here now. It's because we're already at max. But, oh yeah, these will grab you and won't let you leave. So you need enemies here to knock into that, and then you can break them. The nice thing now, though, is basically the barrel of this area we can now pull with the flail. So we have to worry about damaging it with the sword, which is nice. Like that, right? And then we can cut it. There we go. And we're in... Oh, there's another one. God damn it. Yeah, and this is why we can't go around killing all the enemies too quick, because then we'll lock ourselves out of these treasure places. Worth it though. Oh, Sonic Wave. Hell yes. That's another good one. There's another one down here. You can see how this kind of begins to take a while. Just having to do these over and over and over again. Oh, there it is. Okay. Here's another area, so we need a lot of enemies. Oh, uh-oh. Phone must be heating up. Where's my list? I don't remember what to do with that. I think we need an imp to spawn right there. Yeah. This guy. Or maybe we can have another one spawn if we're lucky. There's a whole bunch now. I might just have to kill him, I don't know. Yeah. I might just leave. I kind of want to just get this over with. This is a lot of treasure areas. We've already got a lot of cool stuff. Can't get anyone to spawn over here yet. Oh. I didn't do it. I thought it did. Yeah, I did. I forgot that if they don't pull or come to you, that's obviously a trap. I think the secret is you have to actually kill enough that they'll spawn in that particular spot. You won't have to drag them around. You try to look. Nope. I forgot about these. Kind of a joke, this game. Yeah, I don't really feel like going down that one. Yeah, so here's what we need. And fuck that up. Oh well. Alright, time to leave. Don't care, don't care, don't care, don't care, don't care. Don't care. I'm not exactly worried about my score here. It's the leech. I promise you, it does more than just that. I'm just getting real unlucky with these fucking roulette wheels. No. Jesus Christ. Fuck off, duck. Alright, you gotta do diagonal. Which you can do, it's just tricky to line up. As you can see, there. Perfect. Nice amount of money. Good. Good stuff. Let's leave. I forget how many floors this one is. I don't think it's 4. Alright, let's look at our new gems we got. Because there's a lot of cool ones we picked up. So, Sonic Wave causes the third Sword Slash to unleash a Shockwave. Very cool. Mighty Defense raises the maximum number of parries to 10. So that's the ones we got right now. We could fit the Sonic Wave in if we wanted to. I think we actually will. You actually have to be a little bit strategic in this game with how much damage you do, because if you do too much, you can't open any of the little treasure spots because you kill enemies before they can bounce around. Nothing new there. Nothing new there. Alright, we got corrupted gems now. So, Mega Resistance automatically uses a Stardust Herb, increases risk of ailments, and then Berserking. Attack plus 15, defense minus 10. So that's a really cool one. That actually is better than, you know, put that up. No. We'll take the roulette wheel off since it wasn't really helping us. Let's do this. Sonic Wave and Berserking. I really like the corrupted ones. I can't use that yet. Put this on now, finally. And some more int. Because why not? Alright. Wait, save. Probably a good idea, right? Save the game. Jesus, it's late. Alright. Whatever happens, happens. If we get to the next boss, or if we die. Oh, okay. This has to be the place. It's just like the Mana Tower. But what could this place be? Another monster. It's protected by that same strange force. At the tower, the Holy Sword's light got rid of these defenses for me. Wonder if it would do the same again. Sword, lend me your power. Bobby. The Brussels sprouts are now free. Yes, it's my Holy Sword. Here we go. I like this boss. Reminds me of the guy from Link to the Past. Oh, look at that sword. Look at that. So that's all you gotta do. Whatever you want. Oh shit. I don't know who he is. What the fuck? You charge me? I'm sleepy. I still eat the candies though. Too many biddies. Too many babies. Oh god. Oh god. Oh, you fuckers. Pretty sure I can load my game though. Okay, hold on. Let's see here. I don't feel like doing all that again. Perhaps the berserking was a bit too much. I don't remember if I actually... Did I make any changes? I forgot he has this. He holds the sword. Oh yeah, we got him. We got him, ladies and gentlemen. Gotta be a little careful next time. Oh, Jesus. Can I hit him now? Yeah, I can. Oh, there we go. 2 tries. Not bad. $1.57. Ooh, a magic walnut. We actually need that. We already have a chain, right? Take a saber. My, what a fine map that was. Ho ho. A tree monster? I am Treant, patriarch of the trees. Treant? Oh, I hear about you from Granny. You're a tree spirit that used to live in Illusia. I suppose it has been 10 years. How the time flies. Now listen. This forest is warping time and space. It is not the cursed power of Mavolia. It is the power of mana. Mana? What do you mean? Why would it... I don't know why. But it's surging out of control. Mana surging? Yes, this is what woke me from my slumber. If I continues, however, mana could destroy the world. Destroy the world? Carpet Chief? Hurry now, child of Illusia. You must find a way to quell the mana columns that are sprouting up from across the world. Quell the mana columns. Take this, it should open the way. Treant. Thank you for the stick. Have a stick, kid. Fuck you. Good luck. Mana is surging out of control? Treant said that? Yeah, but he said he doesn't know why. He also said if it continues, it would destroy the world. How can that be? So mana is out of control. Alright, I'll contact Watts and discuss our next course of action. Okay, I'll do some research too. Bye for now. One moment. You must be accustomed to fighting with 2 weapons now. I have a new weapon for you. Please take it. Got the bow. I still don't like the bow. The bow, thanks. With the bow, you can attack enemies from afar. Combine it with the sword and the flail to handle a variety of situations. You can also charm enemies you by plucking the bowstring. No. Not right now. Very well. Alright, I think that's what we're going to call it tonight. There's really not a whole lot to this game. Unfortunately, we've only done 2 areas, and we're probably like easily 40% to 50% done. So I think we will continue playing this because it is enjoyable and it's a good winter game, you know, good comfy winter game. Because, actually, you know what, let me go look outside. I haven't looked outside in a while, but it was sleeting last I saw. And they keep saying it's going to snow. So maybe. Oh, hell yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we got snow, baby. It's going to be a white day tomorrow. How fun. Okay, so, if you liked what you saw here, I again encourage you to give it a try. We'll work into some of the issues that I've had with the game later. Alright, for right now, I think it's just good to really kind of settle into the comfy vibes and enjoy the game for what it is. So good. Thank you very much. I'm so happy the stream didn't fucking self-destruct. I was so ready for that to happen. Because we had to do the slideshow first. Yep, World of Mana. There it is. It never occurred to me what that actually meant. Till now. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you again tomorrow for some more Children of Mana. Good night.